Hello people, vlog time. It's now Thursday afternoon, it's about 3 o'clock. I've had a right bastard of a day. Honestly, everything was alright till this morning, and then the wind come. And then it's just been one thing after another. Trying to cast over to them pads over there, look, where I've been casting. Trying to get over there with a bag. Bloody nightmare. I tried to get over there and had to put a bit more welly into it to get it over there, and it cracked off. Cracked off, didn't it? The wind's been that bad, so I'm having to punch it through the wind. I mean, I've got £15 line. Oh no, sorry, £18 line on, but it's got a 35, 0.35 diameter. So while the wind's that bad, I've had to leave casting over there, and I've just put another rod where I've got my other rod in the margin down here. I've just got one on a chod and then one on a bottom bait rig. It's just a single boilie, and then the chod is a washed out pink signature boiler pop up. So, and just see how that goes. The bags just aren't working over there. And then last night there was two blokes that come last night fishing, pulled up, must have pulled up about 4:30, and there was two of them. And over there where I'm fishing, to the pads, there's a fucking bloke pulled up, and like I say, he chucked a load of bait in the margin further up there, and then over to the pads where I'm fishing, to the right hand side of the pads. I don't know if you can see. Where are we? The pads are there. I've been baiting there and around the pads and in there. And then this bloke come a couple of pegs up and he started firing boilies all over this bit here. He must have put about 56, he must have put about 20-30 boilies out. Then about an hour later he put about another 20-30 boilies out. Then about half an hour later another 20-30 boilies out. And then down the middle he put some boilies out. In the margin he put some boilies out. And then his mate, who was fishing who was fishing next door to him, he'd done the same. He fired a load of boilies all the way around the snags. So over that far side, all they've done is absolutely filled it in with boilies. I said to him last night, I said, it's alright with people coming down here and chucking loads of boilies in and then wonder why they're not catching it. You know, they completely ruined my fishing over there, really. So, but I stuck to it, put another bag over there last night, and then I had a bag there. Went to put another bag there this morning, but I'd already got ideas into my head about moving away from there now, because the amount of bait they've put in, they've just put too many boilies in. You know, I said to him, you put boilies in like that, I said, and it just ruins it. You know, I've only been fishing with bits, so basically I've pulled that other rod in, and I've just tied a normal rig on, a normal lead core leader onto that. We're fishing a lead drop-off style with 2-ounce lead, so basically I'll have two rods set up that I can use bottom baits, and then I've got my other rod set up with a chod on, so I can switch between the two. So I've always got a rod ready to go straight out onto that spot, and I think that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to stick to that spot in the margin, because I've had fizzing there anyway. I've had fizzing there. This morning I've just had some more there, and I've had fizzing there all the time, and I did have them couple of pickups from there, albeit I don't think there was carp, I think there was bream, but I've seen 3 carp in that area. I've seen that carp that I was talking about, like that koi looking thing, that's been there every single day. Apart from today, I've only seen it once today, but then I've seen 2 carp poke their heads out. One was about here and one was about there. I have 2 separate shows, so At the end of the day, that's where I've seen the carp, so both rods in that area is probably better off. All the other lads that's fishing up there they're all fishing over that far side. That far side margin, nobody's picking nothing up. I mean, I've walked that margin and I ain't seen any carp along there for days. I saw some the other day when I first got here, but because they've just moved, they know everyone's casting over there, so they just disappear. Whereas down here, I've been dead quiet, you see, and I've hardly put any bait in it at all. All I've done is put a few chop boilies in and a few old boilies, just an handful, and that's it. And just keep it like that. And I know that some of them's been cleared up because I'm getting slicks coming up because the baits are oiled, and I've had slicks coming up 2 or 3 times today and fizzing over that area, so I know that someone's just picking them up. I think it's just a matter of time. But it's Thursday today, you know, I was supposed to be going home tomorrow or Saturday, but I might stop yet if I can get hold of Mother because she's looking after the dog, and then see about stopping tomorrow night as well. I would have stopped Saturday but I haven't got enough water. I'm going to end up running out of water by Saturday, so if I stop tonight and then stop tomorrow night and fish through till Saturday afternoon, get packed up and get back for tea time, and then that way I can pick the dog up either Saturday night or Sunday morning and get a bit of rest then before I'm back at the hospital. But there's still time yet. There is. Like I say, it's been one of them days. Everything I've touched today just seems to go wrong. Keep spilling things, knocking things over, tying something up and then realising I haven't tied it up right, or I've already done that. Oh, it's been giving me an headache. That's all day. Everything I seem to touch, and then sod me, change the rig over onto me. Took the bag leader and everything off and put normal lead clip and that on this other rod. Went to clip up and all of a sudden there's something wrong with my clip on my reel. Down here, my distance clip. I thought to myself, what the fucking hell's wrong now? And it was going in and out. I pushed it back in, but I didn't clip up. And then I put the rod down, come back in the bivvy. This is how much of a bad day I'm having. I did the other rod with the amount of wraps on it to use that one instead of that one where the line clip was broke. Put the rods down, come in the bivvy to clip a rig on. I clipped the rig onto the wrong rod again and put it onto the one that the line clip was knackered on. Cast it out thinking it was already clipped up, and then realised that I'd picked the wrong rod up. Went to reel it in and the line clip was hitting underneath the side of my bail arm, so I had to turn the rod and reel over to the side, push the line clip in and reel it in that way, and then got it in, then put my other rod back out. Tell you, everything's been aggravating me today, it is. I think it's a combination of that tiredness and then blokes winding me up yesterday, putting all that bait in right next to where I was fishing. And I was up early again this morning, and then when I come to cast that bag out in the wind, and I've had a break off, that's annoyed me as well, because I haven't done that for ages, a couple of years since I've done that. And everybody heard it, you know, you should have heard the crack. You know what it sounds like a whiplash. And everyone turned around, fucking staring. So it's just been one of them days, but now I feel settled now. I've just settled down with them rods where they are, and I think that's what I'm going to do, just keep both on that area instead of me trying to cast a bag over there or a rig over there again, because nothing's happened over there, and I don't think it will do, because the fact they've filled all that margin and tucked all them boilies over that side. At least this side everything's fishing the way I want it to be. So, but the wind is terrible. I don't know if you can pick up on it or not, but it's blowing the trees all over the place. It's blowing an absolute right hoolie. It is. It's got that bad at some stages. I've had to go back out and just check that all the pins are in on the bivo. And just press them all back in with my foot. Just to be on the safe side. And then my landing net kept getting blown about, so I've had to dig that deeper into the bush over there, and then obviously pull the flotation sling and the cradle nearer to the bivo so the wind's not hitting it, so it don't get blown over. But everything out the way that can get blown over, bought my throwing stick in and that as well. It's been like this wind has now for hours. It seems to be getting worse and worse. So I just hope it don't get any worse, because making fishing ever so difficult for everybody. But that's fishing for you, isn't it? Right, I'm going to sign off for now, folks. I'll catch up with you later. If not today, if you see me again today or tonight, it means I've had a fish. If not, it means I haven't had nothing. Nothing's come out yet on the lake anyway since I've been here. Nobody's had nothing. And there's been a lot of people off and on the lake. There's still nothing out. They're coming out the other lakes, but not out this one. But then again, that's normally the case. That's how difficult it is on here. It's just hardcore on here. You've got to keep your head about you, else it'll absolutely do your head and spit you in and throw you out. You know, you've just got to keep your head right, and just keep doing what you're doing, and don't get tempted into chucking loads of bait in like some people do, and you just completely ruin it then. Can't understand them, I can't. I mean, at the end of the day, they've been fishing like they've been fishing, being patient, taking the time, and then because they're not going there, they just lose their head, and they keep casting too much, or they just start piling bait in. I mean, put bait in, yeah, when you've had a fish, but you only need an handful of bait in on a place like this. That's all you need. Just an handful in the morning, an handful at night, if that. You know, and if they turn up, you'll get one then. But you put loads and loads of bait in, and you're just making it harder and harder for yourself all the time. You're just prolonging it. That's all you're doing. Because they see big beds of bait, and that's it. They just disappear. They're not interested. They've seen it that many times. People's been fishing for them that long on here. They've seen it all before. They ain't stupid. Alright, I'm going then, boys and girls, in tight lines. I shall catch you later.